Hello everyone, welcome to Jennifer's Sewing and Creativity. If it's your first time joining my channel, welcome. If you are joining from a previous video or you are a previous subscriber, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 3.5-inch stencils that I purchased from Amazon. They do come in a pack of 56, so you get a huge variety. And I paid $11.99 for them. I do have them in a previous video in a haul, and I will be having a video where I show you each stencil. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you some of the things that you can actually do with the stencils. I have these pieces of wood that I purchased off of Amazon. You can see how bad this one's it's really warped. I'm not too happy with these, so I'm just going to practice with them and hopefully use maybe a different type of paint, or let them dry a little bit more between the second. I think I had to put 3 coats on it. Maybe I rushed it a little bit so it didn't have time to dry enough, and that's why they warped. I'm not really sure. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you what you can do with some of the stencils. So this piece of wood is 3x3. Then I have some that are 4x4. And you can take your stencils, and even if you have a small piece of wood like the 3x3, you can, in this stencil in particular, they are all too big for the 3x3 piece since they are 3.5-inch stencils. But what you can do is on this stencil where it's just the square portion, you can take it and rotate it so just that this particular part of the pattern will fit on the stencil, and just use that portion of the stencil, and then you can do whatever you want around it. So there's that one. Then there are the 4x4-inch stencils, which of course the whole stencil will fit on them, and you can use the whole stencil. But if you don't have the 4x4 pieces of wood, the 3x3s are fine. You can just use portions of the stencil. So I have a stack here that I can show you. So this is what this stencil looks like. I'm really sorry for the glare of the ring light. I'm hoping we can kind of work around that a little bit. So this is what this stencil looks like. And move these out of the way a little for you. And that's what that one looks like. So in this stencil, you have this great shape in the center. So you can take your stencil and just do that portion of the stencil on a 3x3. So, and you want to try to get it on there as close to center as possible. And that's one that you could do. Then there are stencils like this, and that's what that one looks like. And you can take it and leave out these little pieces here that are on the ends, and just fit that portion, the like flower center. And then for stencils like this one, you'd think, well, how the heck am I going to fit that on there? But you can just kind of use just leave these little pieces off that are like right here, and just kind of adjust it so you have all the rest of the stencil on the square. Okay, and then this one, you think, well, how am I going to fit that on there? Still, just maybe leave out, you know, 2 of the rounds or 1 of them, and just do the same. And I am trying to line up the second, this one here, and leave off this first one. And I'm trying to line that up just right. And you can even leave off more if you want to, another round, and so it fits a little better on your stencil, on your piece of wood. So then there's one like this. And again, what you can do is you can just leave off the dots that are on the end. And this one just barely fits. So I'm lining it up with the points here. And it just barely fits on the 3x3. But you can make it to it's just right at the edge. And like so. Okay. So that one. And here's another one that you can leave off these little points and even these little diamond shapes and just fit it right to the, and just use this portion of it. And then of course you have your 4x4 and you can fit the whole stencil on there. And you just kind of want to center it the best you can. You can mark it that to try to find your center of the squares. It's really hard to see on that black, I'm sorry. You can mark and try to find your center of the squares, but I found that they're a little off on size. It's not exactly 4x4 or 3x3, and I've tried to take a ruler and mark it just right. I have these quilting rulers like this, and I try to line it up the best I can to try to find the center. Or just, as you can see, this one is, let's see. Okay, so one side is just under 4, and then the next side is perfectly 4. So it's some of them are off as much as 1/8 of an inch. So you really have to, I found that the best way to do it is just kind of guess where it is and just kind of center it on there the best that you can, like so, and then mark it. And there's some really cute little stencils. I really like this one. It reminds me of a poinsettia. That is what you can do with some of your little stencils. You can also take them, and this is an 8x8 piece of poster board that I purchased a large sheet of 18x22 poster board, and I cut them down into pieces where I can practice with them. But say this is an 8x8 canvas, you can take your different stencils, ones whatever you like, and just kind of stick them on there. And you can do like a collage of different little mandalas. This one doesn't work in particular for this one because it's more square, but you can take like the round ones like this, and you can fit them as close to the edge as you want, and then you can possibly, when you have all these marked, then you're going to have another portion in the middle that you can even add a 5th stencil. So you can just kind of play with them. You can you know, do them, put them wherever you want on the, and just do it however you want. But that's a really good thing to do with the little small stencils like this. And of course you'd be using your smaller tools to mark them, like your little dotting tools. And they take a little bit more precision, but it's a good way to practice to get some smaller details. And I'm going to mark some of these little wooden pieces, and I will do that off camera, and I will come back and show you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I got a bunch of the little 3-inch marked, and I've got a couple of the 4-inch, and we will go through those. So the first 4-inch one is the I just call it the poinsettia, or poinsettia, however you say it. And that is what that one looks like. And on all these little marks right here where the where these little lines are, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep those in. I may just erase those and just connect the petals to make it like a full petal. We'll see how it goes. So there's that one. And then there is this one. I really like the long lines of these, and I can do some like little tiny swipes here. I think I may just like walk the dots up these like lines. I'm not sure. You can do so much with this, and that's what that one looks like marked. And then we have this pretty little one. I like this edge, the outside mark edge, and I really like that I can do this as like a daisy or any type of like a sunflower. Do it in yellows and do like some browns and some brown in the center for like how a daisy or sunflower is maybe. And that is what that one looks like marked. It's really pretty. And then on our square one that I told you, for the little 3-inch square, I just turned it this way and I marked this portion of the square, and that is what that looks like. And I missed that little spot right there. Let's put the stencil right back on there and mark that. This happens to be one of the little 3-inch squares that's actually pretty warped. You can see how it's pretty warped. So that is what that looks like. I just thought of something actually. On ones that are warped like this, you can see how bad that is. It's like really wonky. On ones that are warped like this, you can drill a hole in them, and maybe you can use them for Christmas ornaments. Maybe you can paint them in like maybe white or gold, silver, reds and silver. And I just saw another line that I missed right there. So let's put the stencil back on there again. And you can, I got sidetracked again, sorry. You can definitely use them for Christmas ornaments. Paint the background red and then maybe do silver or gold. So that is what that one, and that was what the stencil looks like. Boy, you get look how bad that is. It's awful. Okay, And I have a stack here that I painted, that I marked. And we have this little one here. And I left out this outer half circle. And that is what that one looked like. So let me set it like that. That way you can still see the stencil. And kind of almost like spokes on a wheel. But I can use like the, let's see if I can find it. The beveled edged silicone tool. And that's what that one looks like. And you could dip it and make a simple mark on those. Or you can even do them swipes. You can put dots in between them and like several different ideas for this one. And then we have this one. And I really like the way this shape in particular repeats right here. So that is what I marked. I left out the little swipes here, swooshes, and these little like diamonds. And you could paint this whole center if you wanted to. Make just one dot, swipes up on these little sharp points, dots on these ones. You could do so much with that one also. Excuse me. Whew, wasn't expecting that. That came out of nowhere. Okay. And I really liked this floral. You could consider that one a flower, I guess. You could also do this one as another daisy or sunflower. Mark it with yellows. And that is what I did for that one. So instead of doing these little like tooth looking sections here, I just rounded them off like that. So something really simple. And then here's this one. And you can do these as hearts, or you can just do maybe like some swipes here instead. Make this a swipe and a swipe. We've got some more of these long marks. You can do also again with the silicone tool that would fit like right in that area and just kind of like make it just a little larger. So I left out these little like airplane kind of shapes, whatever you want to call those. So that's what that one looks like. And then I did this one. And that is how that turned out. I just left off the very last outer, just the last out round. And you could do this as a flower. You could do this in ombre. That's what that one's like. And then our last one, another pretty floral. And this one, right up to the very edge. So it just barely made it onto the square. And that was that one. And I just left off the little dots at the ends. So that gives you an idea on how you can mark your 3.5-inch stencils. You can, like I did here on the wood, or excuse me, my little idea that popped into my head for Christmas ornaments. You can, like I showed you, you can lay several of them out on a canvas. You put them on the edge, get ones that are similar. And you can put them right up to the very edge, and then you can like even put the one in the middle. So I mean, you can do so much with the little ones. You can do like a collage of little mandalas. You can do a big canvas. You can do one like this that's 8 by 8. You can just do so much with them. So I hope I gave you a little a few ideas. I'm getting tired, so I'm having problems talking. So that gives you an idea, definitely, on what you can do with the little stencils. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And hopefully in the next video, I will show you again probably how to paint a Taurus mandala. I really messed up on painting it, and I painted over the canvas because I was just getting really stressed out. You can refer back to, I think it's 2 or 3 videos back on how to paint a Taurus. So please look for that video in the future. I'm going to go. I'm not talking well, so I'm going to go lay down. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.